Welcome back, everybody, for TGN and the Smoking Android. My name's Jared, as usual, and today we're taking a look at the LG Optimus L5, which is a family member in LG's L5 lineup of devices that they've recently been launching. The L5 in particular is actually more of a budget phone, or an entry-level phone, if you will. But the reason I wanted to review it for you guys is because it is rocking the latest version. Well, that's a lie. It's not the latest version anymore. It's running Ice Cream Sandwich, which is actually pretty impressive considering this is an entry-level phone. And some of you out there that may be watching this, obviously the majority of my viewers are actually, Android enthusiasts, and we all like our big beastly devices. However, there are going to be some of you out there that are just looking for something to just throw in your bag or in your pocket. You're not too concerned with having the latest and greatest. This might be a solution for you, but we'll find out whether or not it's going to be in the full review of this device in the coming days. However, right now it's a bit of a hands-on. Now, I would have been doing an unboxing video for you guys. However, LG sent me the device in an envelope as opposed to the box. And but I did a little bit of reading and some looking around, and you're not missing a whole bunch. It does come obviously with the micro USB slash charging cable, as well as obviously the charging block, and some headphones that it comes with, which I would have liked to see what kind of headphones, the quality of the headphones it comes with, as well as an NFC and an official LG NFC tag, because yes, this device does actually have NFC built into it. And I would have really loved to see or get that my hands on that NFC tag just to sort of do some demonstrations on it. I think would have been a lot of fun. But anyways, let's go ahead and just do sort of a walk around the device itself. Alright, so as I mentioned before, this is running Android 4.0. It has a 4-inch VGA screen with a resolution of 480 by 320. So by no means, we'll just show you guys really quickly here. By no means is this a higher resolution phone. Like I mentioned before, it is an entry-level device. However, size-wise, it is rocking 118.3 by 66.5 by 9.88 millimeters in size. So not a bad size device by any means. That 4-inch display is sort of a sweet spot for a lot of people. However, now that with my Galaxy S3 with the 4.8-inch display, I could never go back. However, the phone itself feels really nice in the hand, and it's got a nice solid build feeling to it, which is sort of, it seems like there was a short period of time where manufacturers were making some pretty shabby feeling build quality wise devices out there, but a lot of manufacturers have sort of been kicking it up a notch. LG is no exception. This is definitely a nice solid feeling device, especially at 120 grams. Pretty light to today's standard, more on average, but below average in terms of weight, and it does give you that nice quality feeling to it. It's got that sort of, I don't even know if this is like a carbon fiber or a snakeskin type look background to it, but it's got a bit of texture to it, that's for sure, and it definitely would aid against, slipping out of your hand, things like that. One thing I don't really like is the corners. LG's actually been making a lot of devices these days with some pretty sharp corners and edges to them. I'm not a huge fan of that. However, if you'll notice in the back here, it does actually have a bit of a rounded backing to it, which is nice to see, obviously. So we don't have any front-facing cameras, which is a bit disappointing, as a lot of entry-level devices these days are coming with front-facing cameras, with the exception of, say, for instance, some of Samsung's previous devices like the Galaxy Ace and so on. Nevertheless, this is definitely a runner-up and a competitor for those particular devices out there. Also, furthermore, I was doing some researching, and it turns out the only sensor that I could find that comes on this phone is the accelerometer. So you don't have a light sensor or a proximity sensor on it like a lot of the other new, more modern sort of smartphones or superphones, if you will, are coming with these days. However, it does obviously have our receiver speaker up at the top there, and we've got our rear, I can show you here actually, our, our back capacitive button, menu button, and our physical home button. Furthermore, looking on the top here, of course, we have our, our 3.5mm headphones jack with our power button, screen lock unlock button there. Nothing on the right side. The left side we have our volume rocker switches. As you can see, they're sort of recessed into the device, which seems to be the going trend lately. And at the bottom of the device here, of course, we have our micro USB and slash charging port, as well as our microphone. And from what I haven't actually been able to find any noise cancellation microphones as of yet. If this even does come with one. Now, getting into the back of the device here, one thing I noticed right away when I actually peeled off the battery door for the first time, it's actually really thick. This thing feels like a vault is going on the back of your phone there. So, I mean, if you drop it, you've got a bit of protection going on there. Not that dropping it on its back with a thick backing is going to protect the phone in any way, shape, or form, but it was good to see. Now, one of the reasons why portions of it feel a little bit thicker is because the NFC chip is actually built into the battery door itself, unlike Samsung, who's been actually putting it in their batteries, which actually prevents you from purchasing third-party extended batteries because they don't have the same deal set up with, Visa and MasterCard and all the other folks out there that are jumping on the NFC chip boat. However, really nice to see that LG is actually coming along and just throwing it on the battery door itself. That way, if you do want to purchase a third-party battery or an extended battery, purchasing those and doing so isn't going to hinder your NFC performance or ability to use NFC. I don't know if I mentioned this already either, but it actually the rear-facing camera here actually is a 5-megapixel VGA or XVGA, one of the two. Camera with a LED flash. Obviously, this isn't capable of taking any sorts of high-quality videos. However, and then of course we have our speakers there down at the bottom. Now, I haven't obviously tested out any of the video capabilities, audio capabilities, anything like that. I just wanted to kind of go over a bunch of things with you. Now, getting into the and one more thing while we're still kind of looking at the front here, there's no LED indicator as far as I can tell, which is a bit of a drag. Now, moving on short from that, we've got this is rocking a Cortex A5 CPU. Unfortunately, it is only clocked at 800 megahertz. When you compare it to some of the other entry-level devices out there, at least running 1 gigahertz single-core processor, this is a bit of a disappointment, bit of a letdown, especially at the price point. Even though it is cheap, 800 megahertz, I mean, we're going back to the days of the HTC Hero and so on. I'm sure some of you are familiar with that device, as well as only 512 megabytes of RAM. So that was disappointing as well. It would have been at least nice to see, 712 upwards of there. Now, while we're still on the topic of memory, this does only have 2.65 gigabytes of internal storage on it with an expansion slot up to 32 gigabytes. Now, something that I did like is that right out of the box, this is actually can run H.264 and DivX video formats, which is pretty impressive considering it is such an entry-level device. How well it plays that in combination with the, I believe it's an Adreno 200 GPU built into it. So we'll do some testing of that. I'll be doing some poking around and playing with some of the video settings to get ready for the, wow, my hands are it is so hot out today. I'm going to apologize, guys. My fingerprints are showing up really badly because my hands are a little bit sweaty. Anyways, so like I said, yes, so it's good that it can run and play those video files, and so on and so forth. So we'll go ahead and move on from there. We'll just go on a very brief tour of the device, or I'm sorry, of the software. As you can see, it's running on the Bell network. This is, from what I understand, exclusive to Bell at the moment, but it's got a really cool unlock screen that I noticed. So you just press down on it now. Of course, we've got our quick launch shortcuts on the lock screen, which seems to be pretty standard these days. However, I really like the lock screen. As you can see here, I just it starts peeling back the page and exposing more and more. So pretty cool stuff there. It looks like there is a software upgrade for this, which was interesting because I actually started to look for software upgrade before I even started the video, and it was taking forever, so I just stopped it and decided to do the video. So we'll do that a little bit later on. Something really cool that I do like is that the launcher is actually quite customizable, as well as the toggles up here. As you can see here, starting at from the start here, you've got quick memo, sound, Wi-Fi on and off, Bluetooth, and others that we can actually customize. So as you can see here, we can edit the different toggles up there. You can move them around, things like that, rearrange them, which was nice to see some customization. As well as when you start this up for the first time, it kind of walks you through a little rundown of things that you can do to customize the launcher, such as this cool little animation that you can see here. I think it actually gives you like maybe 5 or 6 different animations for the home screen, I'm sorry. And so that was really nice to see that they do offer that stuff. As well as you can see, it's got a little icon at the top there, right above my thumb, showing you that NFC is in fact working at the moment. But one thing I did want to show off to you guys right away, not really so much show off, but note, is the abysmal viewing angles from this horribly pixelated and low resolution screen, this like below average. I was really disappointed with the viewing angles, as you can see here. I don't know why the auto brightness is turning off, considering it doesn't have a light sensor on it. But regardless, as you can see here, it is just some abysmal viewing angles. And I'm going to go ahead and try and zoom in for you guys, just so you can get an idea of the pixels and the sharpness. And this is focused perfectly, right? This isn't unfocused. That is actually how it looks. And it was a bit disappointing to see. I can't tell you how disappointed I am in the display, considering LG's latest line of displays that they've been putting in their higher end devices these days. I just don't understand why they wouldn't just thrown those really impressive displays they have in even their entry level phones. It would have made a big bang on the market. But anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you stay tuned, because we will have the review of this particular device in the coming days. We just gotta get another device out of the way first. And make sure you give us a likes or thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and make sure you subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And until next time, we shall see you guys in the next video.